Hey guys, so Sir bringing you another video. Now welcome to something kind of new, kind of not. We've not done this in quite many years actually. We are watching a viewer. So we're watching Mr. Meaty Chunks. This is his gold promo. And the reason why we're doing this, and it might come back as a full series, obviously nothing major, maybe one video every 2 weeks or something like that, and you guys can apply to be part of the series. The reason why we're doing it, meanwhile Graves level 1 is gonna die. Nice little start there by me to Mr. Meaty Chunks. The reason why we're doing this is for a long time now on the channel, we have been really specializing in just quite high rank stuff. You know, with what's going on the main account at the moment, that's going quite well. We do challenger spectates, which is all high rating. A lot of the time, we're not really doing relatable content for the average viewer. You know, a lot of you are on average going to be in the average ranks, silver and gold. And I kind of wanted to bring some more relatable content to the channel. And the best way to do that is watch your games. So we can watch a game and see how it goes, commentate on it, and a lot of you guys might be able to see what's going on in your games. You'll see it in this game. Like, example, it's a bit weird to see a Maud jungle, but also an Ivan jungle that's not running Flash. That's a bit weird. So yeah, and you know, it's not going to be perfect play. We're probably going to see a couple mistakes here or there, and that's the point. That is literally why we're doing what we're doing. So if you guys like the idea of me watching viewer games, getting a bit more relatable content in again, please do smash the like on the video. And as a celebration of episode 1 at least, or if you want to be part of this series, we're going to open applications by just make sure you're subscribed to the channel, make sure you like this video, and leave a comment that is someone just left a really weird message, long message there. Anyway, leave your summoner name and your server in the comments below. Anyway, level 2 fight with an Akali. Goes fairly well for Ekko. Nearly gets the kill. Akali has to flash. Now, weirdly, okay, mistake by Akali. I don't know if she's dead here, but why was she so... Ooh, Akali, don't go back in. Akali, do not go back in. This Akali twice is now gone back in. She needs to just run away. Why is she staying around? She's burnt Flash. She just burnt Ignite. The tower didn't get the kill. Why is she hovering? So that's good by Mr. Meaty Chunks to recognize getting that kill, but also why, that was, it's good of Mr. Meaty Chunks to get a mistake that Akali's making, but that was a pretty big mistake that Akali made. And I will say, part of climbing and part of rank that people don't understand, it isn't about the mistakes that you're making, and that is part of it. Don't make mistakes. Try to limit your mistakes. But a big part of climbing, especially the higher rating you go, is all about using the opponent's mistakes. Like, if they make a mistake like that, Akali, boom, get the kill. Like, that's the point. The higher rating you go, that is more apparent each time. Like in Diamond 1, Master, Challenger, if someone makes a mistake, 9 times out of 10, they're going to die for it. They're going to be insanely punished. And in a gold rating, they're not going to be punished all the time. So really look at your opponent's mistakes and try to use them. Ooh, again, Akali, this Akali's playing a bit dangerous. That E going close to a tower. But yeah. So build, I will say, by Mr. Meaty Chunks, quite aggressive, I will say. Blasting wand start, which is a bit aggro, but if it works, it works. This Akali is invading, does get the Maud, and obviously that's going to be the negative of Mordekaiser running Ghost. I don't know why Mordekaiser's running Ghost. A weird E there, going back onto the Akali. Akali level 4. Not a bad trade. Akali's actually getting sandwiched, so he should go aggressive here. Akali's probably going to just die. Is looking for the kill. Nice using Q back, but Caitlyn gets the kill. And then a really weird overstay by Ivan. So as I mentioned, we're not going to see the highest level play here. Oh, it's E-ing in the wrong direction there. And I think Ivan, crazy enough, I actually think he's alive. I don't think he's dead. He should be dead. And that right there, again, just pointing out, we're not trying to say it as a funny thing or making fun. That right there, when people say to me, what's the difference between gold and plat or gold and diamond or whatever? That, in no world that Ivan should have lived in that situation. He should be dead. And he's alive. So that is kind of a big part of rating differences, are using an enemy mistake and, punishing it. That Ivan, in reality, didn't really get punished. He killed Thresh and he escaped with red buff. So that actually worked pretty good for the Ivan. But in mid lane, farm, I will say, and I know I'm not the biggest person to judge on this. I have got better with farming, but farm is on the low side. Yes, it has been quite a high impact game already, so obviously that will hurt your farm in mid lane, is when you're having to like actively run around the map a bit and help your jungler. Akali's engaging. She's level 4, by the way. She's actively fighting a level 6 Ekko. Oh, the ignite, just auto into the E, and there you go. So again, not really sure what the Akali's doing. Yes, it was semi-close, but why is a level 4 Akali fighting a level 6 Ekko? That's kind of the bigger point. Crow King 76, 8 months of Prime. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. So this is a very nice start for Mr. Meaty Chunks here. And just to kind of, again, set the tone, he's in gold promo during this game. If he wins this match in promo right now, he's 2-0, 2 wins, 0 losses, I believe, in promo. If he wins this game, he gets gold. And yeah, no, this is going pretty good. Alawi just did die, unfortunately, in the 1v1, so that's never great. Again, Alawi's running Ghost Flash. Why Ghost Flash? It does seem that people in this rating really like Ghost. You know, both junglers, neither have got Flash, with both of them arguably are Flash champions. Meanwhile, Ekko going in, doesn't quite get the stun. That E apparently hit by Akali, that's surprising. Pings are happening, so I think Ivan's on his way. Should recognize this, back off. Ivan's here. There's a kind of a weird engage path there. Oh, this isn't good. Doesn't have flash up. Oh, they're gonna die. If the enemy team go for that, they would have died. They do back out, but that's good. Again, yeah, I think my stomach did make a sound there. Again, once again, not going on the kind of spectrum or like the thing of the low rating or the average play. Mistakes should be punished. In reality, Ekko should have died there. Mr. Meaty Chunks should have probably got killed. You know, it just wasn't perfect play by the enemy team, and that allowed him to live. As soon as the Ivan Q hit, I thought he was dead, the Ekko, and he didn't. He lived, so not bad. Enemy team doing a bit of like a potential kind of dive to Thresh, but doesn't get the kill. Caitlyn coming back to lane. And yeah, so what I would potentially want to see... Oh, what the... Akali's doing... Oh, wait, Ivan's doing Dragon? What? Yep. Okay. So Ekko's doing the right thing, hovering. He actually, right there, if I was Ekko, you've got Ekko ultimate up, I'd walk forward. I'd walk forward to try and like... Yeah, see, that's where a small mistake I would say with Ekko there. I think he could have had a bit more confidence just to walk forward to actually, you know, potentially kill the Ivan. You have ultimate, so nice double kill. But if you would have been in any danger, you could have just ulted. What you want to do, and they are going to get a bunch of kills, which is always nice, but what you probably wanted to do is, your jungler was on his way. You needed to give more time for the dragon not going low on health. So go in on the dragon pit, force the enemy team to hit you instead of the dragon, and that also, well, you know, you might have just killed Ivan, but it would have forced, or would have let Maud probably get there in time, and then it could have been a smite war. So potentially, again, room for improvement there. You know, Ekko ultimate is very strong. It's a weird kind of, I've always said it doesn't really make sense for an assassin to have a ult that Ekko does, but really use that. You know, don't always just use that for damage. Use it as a distraction. Go in, do damage. Oh, they're nearly going to kill me. I'm going to ult, you know? And, you know, I don't think I even smited it. So that's one thing I would have said, is probably, you know, use the ult for the dragon. Alawi getting her first solo kill of the game. Alawi getting a double kill 2v1. Right, fight in mid lane. Akali damage quite high, as you can see. Ooh, Ekko ultimate does miss the Akali. 2-level advantage. This obviously would be a big time you would not want to die when you're 2 levels up. Akali is dead. Nice play by Ekko, eventually. Just running away. As dumb as it sounds, especially when it comes around towers, the best defense is sometimes just running around your opponent. And that's what just happened. So let the tower get the kill. So that's good. So, that, you know, this Akali is playing... Again, it's gold Akali. You know, mechanically, you can see she is hitting her spells. She's comboing okay amount. What seems to be this the Akali's biggest error it's her decision making. You know, that's it. Is going for these fights, going for these tower dives, which, you know, she won that fight, let's be honest, at a 2-level deficit. That's really good. But then she turns a really bad trade, bad fight into a death because she tried a tower dive. She could get the Ekko on very little health, win the trade. Yes, she doesn't get the kill, but then, oh, I get to recover my lane because Ekko has to go back and buy. I get to recover some farm, get some more XP, catch up. And she's never doing that because this Akali is basically going 100 all in every single fight. Good roam potentially by Ekko here. Early flash by Nami. Might be a bit too early flash, to be honest. Does get the kill for Caitlyn, which is not bad. Does have ulti. A tower dive could happen, but probably not because W's already been used. And it is obviously a very long cooldown. Edo is up, and Ivan is here. Just ult straight away back, which I'm completely fine with. May as well use it. Don't mess around. And yeah, some people in Twitch chat have noticed. Yeah, that is a Magi rush for Ekko, which is a little bit spicy. Ekko is looking for this Ashe, but Ivan is still about. I wouldn't be really scared of this Ivan, to be honest. That honestly, the Ivan being there wouldn't put me off really going on the Ashe at this stage, I would not say. But yeah, farm-wise, so Hullbreaker Alawi is winning over a Graves, which is good. Maud is getting a little bit beat by an Ivan, which is a little bit concerning. Mid lane, again, quite low farm in mid. You know, Ashe is doubling the farm nearly of the Akali. So, you know, yes, there's been roams, there's been heavy fights, but focusing on farm, remember, that's the guaranteed gold in League of Legends. It's why I've tried to improve at it so much, because it's the guaranteed gold every game. Jack Splicer, thank you much, dude, for the 4 months with Prime. Maud putting down, it looks like, Rift Herald in mid lane, potentially. Yes, it is. So you should be running forward, Mr. Meaty Chunks. Yes, there's an Ivan over there, but prioritize the tower. Like, that's what I would have done. Your Alawi earlier just got a 2v1 double kill. You know she can deal with these two. So I personally would have gone to go help the tower, not chase down an Ivan myself. But that's what I would have said. See you later, Mr. Legend. But yeah, so you can see this roam's happened. No kills in the end. And tower doesn't go down. You know, you don't even... I don't think Ekko got any tower gold from that Rift Herald either. So I would have said the better play there. Akali now roaming herself. Ekko does have ultimate. Uses an early ultimate. Doesn't have much mana, but is now going to try and run away. Does get ignited. Ivan does overstay. You know, let's be honest, he doesn't, you know, go back. They do eventually kill the Alawi, and I think that was just a bit of overstay by both Ekko and Alawi. Don't think either people, Alawi or Ekko, expected people to still be in top lane, to be honest, but they were. Again, play to the rating that you're in. Akali's only on 57 farm, but is this Akali, you know, right now thinking about that? Honestly, no. She's 1-5. She's 57 farm at 30 minutes as a mid laner. She's not thinking, oh, how to recover my lane. You know, realistically, how would you recover this lane? You'd stay in mid. You'd just farm up. And you'd look for opportunities when you do outnumber people. And, you know, people may say, oh, that top lane play, they were outnumbering, that's why they went for it. Sure, but it's always a risk. The more guaranteed way would be kind of stay mid lane, farm XP in mid lane. Oh, Ivan does ghost. Very low health is the Ivan. Ekko could probably still go for this play if he goes up, but I don't think it's going to happen anymore. Akali in the area, Eing to the Caitlyn, flashing as well over the wall. Doesn't get the initial kill. Ashe does, though. And again, it's happened once again. The Akali, once again, is not recovering her game. She's grouping constantly when she's really weak. She should just be staying mid. Oh, bubbles hit. She should just be staying mid to recover, but she just doesn't want to, I guess. Nice hook into the CC. Nice damage by Mr. Mini Chunks. Now they can keep moving forward. Enemy team's got no damage. It's 2 support champions. Nice little flail, whatever happened then. Ekko going for the Ivan. Gets the Ivan. Doesn't have Ghost to walk away. And that will probably be the end of that. I doubt a tower dive is going to happen unless Thresh lands a hook. And the funny thing is, if these people stay here, where would I expect the Akali to go? I'd expect Akali to run straight back here, when she should go to mid. She might now go to mid at least, but yeah. So this is, it's going well. I do get Ekko's playstyle of not really farming a lot because you're doing the Magi build. You're wanting to get these Magi stacks. You're already at 25 stacks Magi's, which is fantastic. Crazy, crazy damage, crazy threat right now. And obviously, you know, I am pointing out what Ekko's doing, but mistakes in these commentaries obviously are the thing to easier point out, and I'm just seeing a lot of mistakes that this Akali's making, and that's, you know, that's the thing, is a lot of you might see yourself in this Akali of, dude, I'm 1-6, so how am I catching up? By staying mid. You know, as sucky as it sounds, Akali and Ekko are very similar champions. Right now, you're not, as this Akali, you're not matching this Ekko. You're way weaker than him. You need to try and get back into this game, like, reliably, without giving the Ekko even more gold. And that's the thing. You've got to just stay mid lane, you know, suck it up, try to farm. And then look, Akali, once again, she goes top lane. Instead of staying mid, she's died again. And I don't know what the hell she's building. She's got a Sunfire, like, or she's building a Sunfire. Again, there was a tank build for Akali floating around a few months ago, but that's gone. That doesn't exist anymore. And that's another big thing that I would say in the average ranks, especially, a lot of people don't keep up to date with builds. Is, you know, that Akali tank build was about, you know, a month ago. You'll still see people building a tank Akali right now when it's not a thing. But will you see that in probably high rating? No, people keep on top of the builds, and you should be too. You know, there should not be an excuse to be using an outdated build. So Ekko going for a dive, gets a kill. Ult did use, don't blame you. You know, you don't know if someone was around the corner. You know, in reality, probably didn't need to use it, but that's fine. You know, it's not a bad thing. Definitely when you're playing with 25 Magi stacks, protect the stacks 100%. Alawi's now mid lane, and what are they doing? Akali's fighting straight away. This Akali just doesn't chill. She just needs to take it easy for like a minute. That's why she's 1-7. Ivan's ghosting away. One thing I will also just add, and I know people might not like me to say this potentially, if you're in an average rank, do not play Ivan. Like, at all. A big advice that I would give people when people go, how do I get out of gold? How do I get out of X rank? The low rating you are, do not play a champion in a carry position. Do not play a support in a carry position. If you want to climb, do not trust your teammates. Like, why would you? I don't trust my teammates in diamond. Why would you trust your teammates in silver or gold? Play to carry. That's what Mr. Meaty Chunks is doing this game. He is carrying. He's being around the map. He is carrying. Like, that's how he's playing it. You're not going to be carrying, oh, this is a 1v3. Does get the ultimate away, which is always nice, and that's what I've always like disliked about Ekko. He's an assassin that can just survive anything like that. They are going to try and get him. I do not blame the enemy team. They're not going to get him. Could throw a Q back right now to slow the Graves if you wanted to, but you don't technically need to. Graves does seem to be fixated, you know, on trying to kill you. And there's that. Akali is dead again. Oof. So this is going pretty good, honestly. Not bad at all. Doing a bit of jungle farming. Honestly, something I need to also do a bit more of when I'm playing in the jungle. I don't do much of it. Because sometimes you know, as someone that has played all the roles throughout the years, obviously less jungle in the last couple of years than any, but I sometimes remember being in a jungle, playing jungle, and feeling quite bad that my mid lane has taken all my farm. But in reality, when you're this fed on Ekko or any mid laner, you want to keep pushing that advantage. And if you are just a little bit under amount of gold for something, yeah, do take the gold from the jungle. Like, it's a big advantage. Enemy team, though, doing a bit of a groupy group, and they actually do get a double kill, which is nice. So that's pretty good for the Ashe. Ivan, it does seem, once again, is trying to prioritize dragons. This Ivan does really confuse me, because, like, his playstyle just doesn't make sense. Ivan's not a dragon-orientated jungler. He does get both dragons, weirdly, but he's not a dragon-orientated jungler at all. This guy's playing him as a dragon-orientated jungler. That really should be punished by blue team. It really should, but it's just not really being punished at all. Lowi's dead. She doesn't even ult or anything, so that's unfortunate. And that is a dead. All 5 teammates involved in killing that Alawi, by the way. Oh dear. But there we go. So build by the Ekko. Obviously got Magi's, which is a very risky strategy, I will say. But Magi's, Rocket Belt, has that Sheen for extra big boom damage, but then is looking to build a Death Cap third item. So not the standard build here for Ekko, clearly. This is a very fed Ekko build. And that is also a good thing that Mr. Meaty Chunks is doing, so well done to him, is you should not be doing, sometimes, the same cookie cutter build every single game. There are stronger builds for every champion that requires more gold. And if you're having a really good performance, you're really fed, you should be doing the build that is when you're more fed. But there are a lot of players in League of Legends, no matter how fed they are, they could be, you know, pretty weak. They could be really strong. Oh, good sidestep, but doesn't matter. They could be really weak, really strong. They'll be doing the same build every game. There are alternate builds. And Misty Meaty Chunks has recognized that, and that's good to see. Oh, this is going to be the first death, though, probably. Chain CC into the Ignite. 1,000 gold shutdown for Nami. You can see Ivan is furious about that. He really wanted that kill. And that right there is 10 stacks less for Medjais. So that is the risk of running Medjais, is you're literally losing gold efficiency of an item when you're dying occasionally. But that was Ekko's first death. And also, if you look what's happening, the team is doing things. You know, you got a bunch of people top lane to kill you. Well, they still killed Ekko. So they still killed Akali. And they are breaking in the base. They're killing the Nami. She doesn't flash the hook. Big fight potentially happening now. Ashe really weirdly walks forward into an Alawi, which is odd to see. They do need to walk away, though. They did stand on a trap, not going to be hit at all. But yeah, they open the base. Ekko TP is coming. Enemy team just haven't noticed it fully. Very weird QSS use by Ashe there. They also killed Graves because he just tunneled visioned, ran at the enemy team. Nice TP, good use of it. I did actually ask Mr. Meaty Chunks, why does he use TP? You know, if in mid lane Ekko, is Ignite not better? And Mr. Meaty Chunks has said it works for him. And that's fine. And that's another good thing, is in League, do what works for you. You know, as long as you're not harming other players by trolling or anything like that, if it works for you, do it. So yeah, it's a good thing to do. And obviously, teleport in mid lane is not a bad thing at all. You know, we're not exactly going like, oh, I love playing Ahri AD carry. It works for me. Yeah, going teleport or ignite, that's not really that kind of scale of change. But yeah, not bad. They are looking to push their advantage, which I like. Don't delay any games of League, especially with the amount of comeback mechanics there are in the game nowadays. We've all been there winning a game and the enemy team gets like a bunch of bounties and then they win. So don't delay it. They've opened the inhib down here, which is fantastic. They've opened the base here, which is great. In reality, if they wanted to, because they've opened this here, that's the furthest inhib from Baron. So you're going to start having minions build here, super minions. When they're over here, or if an enemy champion has to go deal with them, the Akali. And yes, by the way, she's doing the out-of-date build. Well, again, keep up to date with your builds, folks. Keep up to date with your builds. So Deathcap purchased by Ekko now has Fiendish Codex also is running 551 ability power on that, which is quite high, to be honest, for Ekko. So that is where the big damage is going to come through. And Baron is on the table if blue team wanted to do it, with Akali being the other side of the map. Maybe they'd want to get one pick, maybe kill the Ivan. But again, Ivan, he's not remember, he's not running Flash, neither jungler is. So if you get rid of this, he can't bounce into the pit, then there's not really a big risk of stealing. So Ekko's going to go for a kill, nearly gets one shot, does get back to full health. So literally, he was nearly dead, literally nearly dead, and then ults, he's back to full health. Ekko. So Mr. Meaty Chunks who's in chat right now, so he doesn't trust this jungler. Honestly, I would say that's fair. Now that you killed the Ivan, though, that's the big damage. That's the big thing. You know, you've killed the jungler. They can go back on the Baron, but honestly, at this stage of the game, I would say they don't need Baron. They've got the big push advantage. They've killed everybody. Akali's up. She doesn't really count, I would say, in this game at the moment. Get the second inhibitor. Minions are on their way. You also have super minions here. End the game. Don't dilly-dally. Don't wait around. Akali's doing it again. She's engaging 1v basically 5 at this rate when she's 1 and 9. It's a bit weird. So, well played to Mr. Meaty Chunks. I think, you know, he was against an opponent that wasn't great. But that is the point. Use that. You know, if you're against an opponent that isn't great, you should get fed. You know, that's the thing. If you... Oh, good Ekko ultimate. Big damage. Nice to see. So again, recognizing... Does go down, but that's fine. Recognizes a good ult opportunity. Enemy team just kind of getting walked over. And they might be able to end, but their Ashe... Again, the Ashe is actually quite strong, so maybe they won't. Arrow gets a kill. Ashe is going on the front foot here. And that might not be the end. Nice damage by Caitlyn. Good E. They should go do the dragon. The Maud and the Caitlyn go do the dragon on the way out. And that will be that. So 3-9 Graves top. 2-10 Akali mid. And a 2-6 Ivan. Not great. I do feel a little bit for the enemy bot lane because they actually haven't seemed too bad. But, you know, well played by Meaty Chunks here, getting himself his Lich Bane and probably Zhonya's as his final item, I'd imagine, which is always very nice. Yeah, it's good. Again, honestly, with Mr. Meaty Chunks watching, there's nothing too much that I would say is bad at all. You know, yes, you know, what I would say, it's hard to judge complete mechanics. Nessie, how's it going, buddy? 3-year club by Nessie, 36 months tier 2. Hope you're doing good, buddy. So what I would say is it's hard to judge, like, how good you are mechanically, because, you know, you've got very fed this game, and being very fed, you know, you don't need to use as many mechanics because you just one-shot everything. But, you know, what I would say is it's really good that the Akali wasn't great, and you've really punished that. If you're against a not great opponent and you do not punish that, you do not get fed, you're doing an injustice to yourself. You have to get fed when your lane opponent isn't very good. And that's what Meaty Chunks has done this game, which is great. Oh, God, this Akali. Yep. What I would say, the Akali's mechanics haven't been awful this game. Like, not awful. Her decision-making. It's completely this Akali's decision-making that has cost practically, I would say, the game. She has made the Ekko very fed, and obviously Meaty Chunks has used a good global playstyle. He didn't just stay in mid, so that's another good thing to recognize. He didn't just stay in mid. I'm going to use my advantage around the map. That's good. So that's another tick in the box. And that is mainly thanks to, obviously, the Akali playing the way she has. So good idea also. Quite low health. Recognize that, oh, I've got TP. One-shots the Nami coming back in. And that is probably going to be the game. So officially, Ekko does a really nice Zhonya's to stop the Akali E hitting. That was very nice. Maud does tank the tower for you. Big Ekko ultimate. I would have actually killed the Ashe there straight away, but that's fine. Is this game actually going to end? You should just ignore an Ivan. He's not going to do anything. He's going to die. No, he's not. Literally, the Daisy's beating up Caitlyn. Sakati, thank you much, dude, for the brand new Prime. And Sleepy Girl, also 8 months of Prime. And there we go. So that is going to be the game. And officially, that was Mr. Meaty Chunks getting gold. So well done, Mr. Meaty Chunks. You played it well. You played to carry, and you did. So well done. So what I would say is, if you guys enjoyed watching a viewer, please do like the video. Oh, first time ever in gold. Well done, dude. Congratulations. So if you guys enjoyed me watching a viewer, please do let me know. Remember to leave your summoner name and your server down below, and for a chance to be featured in this series. But yeah, and also, like, let me know if you wanted me to really go in on mistakes, really go in on mechanics, because I never want to be overly harsh, especially when we're watching more average play, because we have to kind of accept it. If you watch my games, you see even a lot of mistakes in my games. I even make mistakes, and I'm in high diamond. So the lower rating we go, we're going to see even more mistakes, bigger mistakes, not great mechanics. It's going to happen. But that's going to be it. If you guys did enjoy, please do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal peace.